Today we're diving into a story that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a Hollywood thriller, except it's all too real. This is about the day our entire digital world came terrifyingly close to a total and complete collapse.
I want you to just picture this for a second. You wake up, you roll over, you grab your phone like you do every single morning, but something is just wrong. That little Wi-Fi symbol? Gone. The 5G icon? Nowhere. You try to load up the news, and all you get is a blank white screen just staring back at you. So you figure, oh, okay, maybe it's just my phone. You hop on your laptop, but that really urgent email you have to send, it's just stuck, sitting in your outbox, failing and failing and failing again.
And forget about social media. No Twitter, no Instagram, no anything. It's like the entire digital web that connects all of us has just evaporated. At first, you think it's just your problem, but then the reality starts to sink in.
The thing is, this isn't some sci-fi plot. This scenario almost became our actual reality, and it all happened because of a hidden vulnerability, a single weak spot buried deep inside the internet's core.
To really get how this near disaster went down, we have to talk about a part of the internet that we all use literally every second of every day, but almost nobody knows it even exists. Think of it as the internet's secret, super important phone book.
Okay, so here's a basic truth about the internet. We, as humans, we remember names, right? Like Google.com. But computers, they don't speak that language. They speak in numbers, these long strings called IP addresses. So how do we bridge that gap?
Well, that bridge is called the Domain Name System, or DNS. Its whole job is to be the ultimate translator. You type in a website, and a DNS server instantly looks up the correct number, the right IP address, and sends your browser on its way. One of the huge companies managing these servers is called Dyn. You're going to want to remember that name.
All right, so with that in mind, let's travel back to the day the whole system just broke. The day a mysterious attacker pointed an army you would never expect right at that hidden phone book.
The date was October 21st, 2016, and on that day, a nasty piece of malware called Mirai started to unleash a massive, coordinated attack. But its target wasn't what you'd think. It wasn't going after your laptop or big corporate servers. Nope, it was after something way, way more common.
So if it wasn't our computers, what was the weapon? I mean, what could possibly have enough juice to threaten the entire internet? Well, the answer is probably sitting in your house right now.
And this is where the genius of the attack becomes absolutely terrifying. The Mirai malware had been quietly infecting millions of everyday smart devices. You know, the kind of things that have notoriously bad security. We're talking security cameras, smart TVs, even baby monitors and home routers. They were all hijacked and secretly turned into a single, massive, weaponized army.
So the attacker had their army. Now it was time to point it at the target. They aimed this colossal weapon made out of our own gadgets right at Dyn, the company running the internet's phone book. The attack they used is called a Distributed Denial of Service, or DDoS. Now the strategy is brutally simple. You take your millions of hacked devices and you tell them all to contact a single target at the exact same time, flooding it with so much junk traffic that it just collapses.
Here's the best way to picture it. The servers at Dyn were like a single doorway, and the millions of hacked devices were a massive crowd, all trying to shove their way through that one doorway at the exact same moment. The door itself didn't break, but the sheer chaos made it impossible for anyone who was actually supposed to get through to even get close. The phone book was completely jammed. And when the phone book is jammed, websites start to vanish. One by one, huge platforms we use every day, Twitter, Netflix, Reddit, Spotify, you name it, they just went offline for millions of people. And what's crucial to understand is, the websites themselves weren't attacked. The system that tells your computer how to find them was. The engineers at Dyn worked like crazy, and they eventually managed to fight off the flood and bring the internet back. But the whole event served as this horrifying wake-up call to the entire world.
It basically ripped back the curtain and showed us all that this massive, unstoppable force we call the internet is actually balanced on a few very fragile points of failure. And if you take out one of those points, like the DNS servers, the whole thing starts to fall apart.
And this quote really says it all, doesn't it? For a few hours, a weapon made of insecure webcams and TVs managed to knock out a huge chunk of the modern internet. It proved, without a doubt, just how delicate this whole system really is.
So the immediate crisis was over, but it left behind this really unsettling question. With billions, and I mean billions more of these insecure smart devices connecting to the internet every year, did we actually fix the real problem? It's a question that's still keeping security experts up at night.
Look, if you found this story as wild as we did, do us a quick favor and hit that like button. It really, really helps us out.
And we've got to know, do you actually remember this outage happening? If you do, tell us about it in the comments below.
And of course, if you want more deep dives into the hidden stories of our digital world, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for tuning in.